What's good? All right, let's chop this up. What's good, Jay Bird? Wait for some folk to come in the door. Gravy Davy, what's going on, man? Let's get this boxing conversation going on. Man, Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford. Oh, Bud Crawford. Man, I hate that this dude is never going to get out that contract. What's going on, Jeff, the producer in the building? What's good, sir? The shout out to you, man. You said we got to get on Buddy's ass. Hey, man, I mean, really, here's the thing, man. I don't doubt that they thought that they could get out that they could get out of it, and they may be able to. They may be able to, okay? Because first of all, Bob Arum be lying, all right? Let's never get past the fact that Bob Arum be lying, but we'll go over this first. All right, so Bob Arum was a guest on the Boxing Voice. He was out there somewhere saying that Bomac was wrong, that this contract wasn't up in 2020, that he, as far as he knows, Bud is signed for the rest of his career. I don't know what that is, 5-6 years. Maybe he probably got 5 years left in his career. But Bob could be lying, dog. Bob Arum lied on Manny Pacquiao. The same thing. Where Bob Arum said that Manny Pacquiao was still signed with him. And Manny Pacquiao wound up leaving. He took one fight, promoted one fight on his own, and was out. So, I mean, there's a chance that Bomac wasn't lying, right? I mean, there's a chance that Bob Arum is lying. And there's also a chance that Bomac, really believed. What's good, man? Let me say what's up to everybody. Oh, my bad. Jay Bird, 904, salute. I am True Maine. What's good going on, man? Hustler Slim, Crush the Legend. Michael James, 616. My man, Jeff, the producer. That member. Syndicate J, salute. Ali Boso, what's good, man? Leon Robinson, salute to you. Matthew Harper, what's going on, man? B&B Boxing, salute to you as well. Not Roger, what's good? Yeah, owes that dude forever and ever and ever. According to that dude, Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens, salute to you. Sean Snowden, what's going on? Brian S., the member in the building. Red Castillo, what's going on, man? Lowest common denominator boxing, home of the demographic. Salute to that member. Drink more water in the building. Said Charlo versus Hogan. What a great fight. Salute to the member of the channel. King Corleone, what's good? Ivy Webb, what's going on? My sister Rick Castillo, what's going on? No Casuals, real one. What's going on? Drew Titan on deck. Ivan Garcia, Michael Johnson, Boxing Talk. Remember them docs I sent on Bud? Yeah. Absolutely, I do. Brian S., much love to that member. He got that green dot. To that green dot. Salute, chat, like button, smash. Yeah, poor kid. Kenneth Johnson in the building with that green dot. Ron Fink said, ain't no escaping this. T-Bud better never, but not ever use Twitter fingers again. Hey, man, well, let me tell you something, man. Sugar Fantastic in the building. And my man, Kenneth Johnson, says, salute Ivy Webb. LC, lowest common denominator. Arum said, hope he has much time left in his life. Is Bud's contract, and he think he gonna live to 200, homie. He basically, when he says he's with us for the rest of his career, and I hope to be alive that long, that means, dog, he's getting decided. That means he thinks he got that dude forever. But look, here's the thing, man. I can envision this. There's a possibility. How you get that green dot? Oh, that's a channel membership. If you go to the super chat, there's a channel membership, and there's different levels of channel membership. But you're going to support the channel as a member of the channel. So, yeah, Bobby's immortal. Yeah, like a fucking vampire. His ass out there literally like a vampire, man. All right, so this is my thought, man. Do you ever have you guys ever rented a car before? What's good, D Money, Crush the Legend? You know how you rent a car and they walk up to you and they say, here, okay, so you want to do this car, right? Here, Here's your contract. Now look, and they just scroll, right? They scroll. This means this, sign here. This means this, sign here. This means this, sign here. And you don't never read anything that's in it. They just explain it to you. This is what this means. This is what that's probably how they did that agreement, dude. Here, just sign this, sign here, sign there. It's the same thing it's the same as the last one. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, don't worry about it. 3 Pyramids, salute to you, man. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have somebody that's there with you reading your agreement, you can get stuck like that, dude. Man, I have a friend that owns a business, and I work out at the business. Really good dude, great establishment. And he was telling me that he thought an agreement is expired, right? He was like, that we got to renew this agreement. It's expired. So I said, let me look at it. And then I read it. I looked at it, just skimmed it, right? I was like, nah, that's not expired. There's no end date to this. It's not expired. It never expires. You can terminate it, but it never expires. So, it's reasonable people think that it's been a year, so it should expire by now. No, it didn't expire unless you say it expires. Crawford needs that to spend that money and free himself for 700 G. Yeah, he does. But then again, man, I don't know. Let me tell you something. If Terrence Crawford, this is what I think. That's exactly how they signed it. All they saw was a $3 million guarantee per fight. I wouldn't doubt it, dog. 3 Pyramids said, Viva Ruiz, gotta love the guy's energy. The guy's energy, yeah. You guys are starting to sell me. Okay. You guys are starting to sell me on this, okay? I might have to change my prediction. Because the way everybody's sounding all confident and is shaky, as shaky as Anthony Joshua looked in that while he was shadow boxing, and he doesn't look good, man. He doesn't look confident. He just doesn't look good, man. Matthew Valentine's Fanon Bomack is suspect. Look, man, I suspect anybody. If you give me a piece of paper to sign, I suspect that my ass need to read this thing, But even then, man, there's times, man, where people don't read what the fuck. They don't even understand what they reading. If you signing some shit where you feel like it's gonna, man, just bite the bullet and get a lawyer to look at your shit, okay? Just bite the bullet. If you got anything, if you just bite the bullet and spend a couple $100 on a lawyer. Look, man, I only got $200, and I know that you're a criminal defense lawyer. But will you at least look at this for me and just tell me what you think? Just tell me what you think this shit means, dude. I had this conversation with somebody, man, was trying to that shit. You guys, I had a conversation with somebody, and they were like, I signed a waiver. What's this indemnification about? I already signed a waiver. I'm like, no, you're indemnifying. I just like, you got to go through this big, long explanation to try to tell the people what they're reading. You just go find a lawyer, man, and make sure you know how to get out of your agreement. Shit. Know how to get out. That's the one thing that you do. You got to learn how to get out. Okay? You should know. Dude, if you are walking into somebody's house, right? Think about it this way, dude. If you're walking into somebody's house and all of a sudden, wouldn't you want to know that you can get out? Wouldn't that be like one of the most obvious things? Hey, would you like to come for my dinner? Would you like to come to dinner? Yes, but not forever. You know what I mean? What time does the dinner party start? What time does it end? Okay? How long am I supposed to be? What time does my work day start? What time does it end? Same thing with an agreement, man. Dude, know how to get. There should be no question when your shit is over and how it gets over. That should be no question. You should know how much you making and how the fuck you get out of it. Okay? if nothing else, you should know those two things, okay? Just my 2 cents. So Bomac should know exactly when that shit expires and what happens to extend it. Because, dude, there are circumstances where they got little things in there where if you sprain your ankle, what's going on in the God TV with that green, dog? Thank you, sir. Anyway, you know what I mean. When fear consumes you, it's over. And that's what it looks like with AJ. If you're talking about AJ, that's precisely what it looks like, man. I gotta tilt this camera, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on, man. This shit look like, feel like it's, there you go. All right. Felt like I had to sit up in my seat to be seen. I'm gonna put 100 on Andy. Jab that like button. Yes, sir. Jab that like button. So y'all got, so let me give me a 1 if you got Andy Ruiz winning. And not that you want him to win. Not that you want him to win, that you think he is gonna win. Andy Ruiz. Not that you want. Buddy Lee Senior said, jab that like button. Yes, sir. Hey, hit that like button, man. So, okay, so Buddy Lee says yes. The guy, people don't learn from past mistakes. Man, dog, you slap somebody in the mouth with some money, they'll overlook a lot of shit. Reggie Cheese say one is one, Hall Report 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kenneth Johnson in the building says 1, DP 503. Jay Souza, Miami Snoopy, Michael James, Ali Voso, Buddy Lee Sr., Fieldhouse Jones. That's a lot of people that think this dude's going to get his ass whooped, man. Brian S. Ivan Garcia, man. What's going on, man? Ivan Garcia, what's good, man? Okay, left hooks. Got him, man. That's a lot of people. Reggie Owen says, AJ, Ricky James. Yeah, man. Now, that's a lot of ones. So we got like 244 people in the building, and the vast majority think that AJ is going to lose to Andy Ruiz. Man, I just think, I don't know why I have so much faith in Eddie Hearn's ability to cheat. I mean, after all he's doing, it's just so hard for me. It's just so hard for me to get over that Eddie Hearn cannot pull some scandalous shit out of his ass. I just have so much faith in his ability to cheat. But then again, if he was ultimately able to do it, he would have saved Kell Brooks' ass from Errol Spence Jr. You know what I mean? Money Man was good. Introducing 513 said, I was expecting Andy to put up a fight for the first fight and end up winning. After seeing that, I'm 100% sure after this full training camp, Ruiz will be more fit and faster and stronger with AJ losing. Yeah, man. Well, you guys are starting to get me. You guys are starting to lean that way because the arguments that people have now. See, just so y'all trolls know, you can convince me of something if you using common. If you have some rationale and my shit is purely like conspiratorial, then I'm like, all right, because everything Black Fight Fan TV said, I see what he's saying. I see it. Like everything he said, I understand that. I see that. AJ is slow. AJ is looking shaky. AJ does not have very good endurance. He's easily wobbled. He got cooked too fast, so he really wasn't done in the middle. See, the biggest thing, Wasa Sulu Khan said, you're right about involuntary labor. It happens with a lot of Pakistanis who go there for work. Yep. Yeah, he's the biggest scumbag on the planet, dog. Okay. Just even having that shit there, it's the biggest scumbag on the planet, man. Biggest scumbag on the planet. For now, my dad owns properties, and the smartest thing he did was hire 3 different lawyers to keep Uncle Sam from stealing his profits. Yeah, I mean, a tax guy, shit, I mean, you know, yeah, a tax attorney is really good too. But really, for a lot of that shit, you need a CPA. AJ can win on points if he fights like Klitschko and make it boring. I don't know if he's going to be able to lay on Andy Ruiz like that. I don't know if he's going to be able to lay on Andy Ruiz like that. But, you know, Klitschko was had one of the weakest chins. Do you remember when he fought Samuel Peter? Dude, Samuel Peter knocked him down every time he fought, man. He knocked him down. If Samuel Peter was fighting right now, dude, Samuel Peter should have been British and light-skinned and a little taller and more willing to kiss ass. He could have been worth $100 million. Because Samuel Peter is, you know, what's the difference? Oh, he looks better. He looks better. He is technically sound to do that, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, maybe. But my thing about this is here, though, man. He's just not ready. It's the lack of experience with AJ. It's the lack of experience. Like, I'm doing this series. I'm working on this series with what's going on, Felix Nunes? Man, Sugar Fantastic said my dad was at the Klitschko versus Brewster fight. That's what's up. When Brewster laid his ass out. Yeah, man, that dude just got a super it, man. Klitschko got Vladimir Klitschko, super chinny, dude. Super fucking chinny. Okay. That's why I think that dude is one of the more, he had a long title reign, but man, that dude is one of the more overrated heavyweights because of the fact that his chin is fucking atrocious. Klitschko's chin is Vladimir Klitschko's chin was atrocious. And it doesn't help because you're in the heavyweights, right? So anybody big enough can really hurt you. But his chin was atrocious. And AJ's chin is atrocious. Dude, AJ would have got knocked. I'm going to tell you who knocks out AJ, without a doubt. Yeah, Klitschko dropped AJ. Yeah, he did. I'm going to tell you who. And I didn't say his hands were atrocious. That's not the case. But, you know, I am convinced, for sure convinced, Luis Ortiz would have knocked out Anthony Joshua. Luis Ortiz would have knocked out Anthony Joshua. For sure. With the shots, with the same shots that Luis Ortiz hit Deontay Wilder with, Anthony Joshua was going to sleep with the same shots. The same shots. Everything that lands on that dude's chin hurts. Shakes him. So, I say all that to say, he said Klitschko had a chin like Price. Yeah, pretty much. Mr. Rui, I got to learn how to know how to say your name. This is a quote from Arum recently. If we had a crystal ball and would have known that Andy Ruiz would even be offered a fight with Joshua, of course we would have never let him go. Yeah, that is for Terrence Crawford. We ain't letting you go. Yeah, it's just, you gotta be somebody we want to get rid of. Oh, we'd have never let him go. Hell no, we'd have kept that money. We'd have kept all that money. Locked his ass in for eternity. Vlad has been knocked out the same amount of times as Khan. Let that sink in. Yeah, man. Vlad, his chin was just atrocious, man. His chin was atrocious. And honestly, man, I'm going through this thing. I want to see not just how many knockouts people have, but how many times have people actually knocked fighters down, right? Where the guy got up, right? So, like, how many times? I know of at least 2 more times that Vladimir Klitschko's been knocked down. Times he got knocked down when he didn't get knocked out. And because he got knocked down by Samuel Peter, pretty much every time Samuel Peter touched him, he went to the ground. Just a real iffy chin, man. Because that juice can't help your chin, man. Soundwave said, yeah, but AJ has been working his neck. Where'd that go? Oh, yeah, but AJ's been working his neck and jaw with this exercise where he holds a kettlebell with his jaw while pulling his neck back up for reps. It don't matter. He's still going to get his ass knocked out. That shit don't matter. He's still hit him. He's still going to go down. Okay? You can't my understanding is you can't train the chin, homie. You can't train the chin. That can is already dented. That can is already dented. It's his brain that gets rattled. Not his neck. That's his. Hit him here, that brain go whoop, 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 whoop. You can't undent that can, dog. That's what happened to Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz actually took the same straight right hand. Man, is that my man? That's my man. Yes, sir. Oh man, LDBC community supporter. We got the biggest member. Love the 78 for joining the members to the channel. And I apologize for the grand fuckage that YouTube was putting on you, where you didn't. Dog, you should have had members a million years ago. As soon as that shit popped out, that shit's fucking crazy. And I say that I actually feel guilty for 78 for doing that. I appreciate it, but dog, that's fucking ridiculous that there are channels that are bigger than mine and who upload regularly that don't have memberships on their channel yet. Unless you just haven't activated it and I missed it, that shit is fucking ridiculous. Sometimes, man, I do believe that they looking for certain people, man, and fucking them over. But yes, sir, the general. Oh, that's what's up. He said, they approved me for it. I'm going to launch it this week, and that's what's up. You're going to have to send that, you got to send in your levels and all that. That's what's up, man. Good to know, man. I didn't know that they had. Congrats. That's what's up. I thought the fuckery was still on and popping. And I will be joining your channel right away, dog. Right away. It was pointed out to me, but I agree. AJ doesn't look like he's going into a do or die. Man, he just looks real fucking shaky, man. He looks terribly, terribly shaky, man. For real, he looks shaky. The jab, just looks stiff. Look like he don't want to be there. Look like he's ready to cash out. So, man, when I see that, like I already said, I picked Anthony Joshua to win by, it doesn't matter. Them motherfuckers might have a bunch of cats in robes. They might have cats in robes just jump into the middle of the fucking ring and arrest everybody if that motherfucker don't win. It's real. What's going on, Eugene Williams? It's just hard for me to conceive that these guys ain't gonna rob Andy Ruiz. Like, I have that little faith. If a guy will, Smiley Sumi, how do you become a channel member? You can go to the super chat button, and I think there's an option for that on the super chat button. And you can also go to my homepage, and next to the subscribe, there's a join. Lawrence RBE, bro, I just realized who you are. Okay, that's not me. Yeah, it's like you got it. But see, that's what everybody's saying. The people's like, nah, man, he's gonna knock him out. I could just imagine Eddie Hearn running out there with a fucking I don't know, like calling a timeout or something. Like AJ's going down, about to go down, and he does this to the ref. Timeout. And the ref be like, timeout. Timeout. Oh, get up. Wipe your gloves off. That shit can land flat on his chin. That'd be like low blow. It's just hard for me to believe that these dudes ain't gonna cheat. I have no faith because of the things that I see out of Matchroom Boxing. The things that I've seen out of Matchroom Boxing are so mind-boggling that I expect anything. Like if you would have asked me last year, do you think that if Julio Cesar Chavez was suspended by the state of Nevada for skipping out on a drug test, do you believe that he would be able to fight in Arizona? That a major promoter would just take him to Arizona? I'll say no, they wouldn't do that because they would know that that's a violation of the Ali Act, number one. And number two, that's just spitting in the face of Nevada. You wouldn't think somebody would do that, right? But that's not super far-fetched. I'd be like, man, that's a bad look. But would you have believed that a fighter could test positive for performance-enhancing drugs before a fight, and then they would be allowed to fight, knowingly allowed to fight, and be able to get into the ring with gloves that weren't approved? I mean, would you have thought that shit would happen? I mean, you would think that maybe they would know they'd call the fight off, that they would give some money to the other guy to continue to fight. The WBC would take, they would say, oh, the only guy that can become mandatory is Rivas, something like that. But would you think that would have happened? I wouldn't have thought that would happen. But for them both to happen, and then for those both to happen, and then they just allow the guys to continue and allow both of these guys to fight on different cards. Oh man, that's what I'm saying. The guy is just, they're so crooked. They're so crooked that I don't, nothing. I'm just looking for how they're going to do it. Said Ruiz wins, Eddie shuts the fuck up. I hope so. He says, seriously, Margarito flashbacks. But look, this is what the thing is with the Margarito. When they found out Margarito had loaded gloves against Shane Mosley, they didn't let him fight. They didn't say, oh no, the hands are already wrapped. You don't get to check them. They didn't let him fight. Okay? When Alexander Povetkin got popped for performance-enhancing drug, or for example, when Luis Ortiz got caught with diuretics or whatever that for the first Wilder fight, they didn't let him fight. They're like, oh no, you pop dirty. I don't know how you managed to pop dirty, seeing as it's so fucking easy to get over. Oh God, what are you talking about? You guys aren't even good with that shit you do. Like, I thought it was gonna be you just blatantly dog whistle with your shit, huh? What's going on, DB? Yeah, thank you. Hey, B&B Boxing, good block. Good block. Hey, going for good block. Yeah, that was on time. That dude had to go. Constantine's 752. Boxing has always been shady, but today's boxing behind the scenes is totally disgusting. Yeah, and it's out front. It ain't even behind the scenes. This dude is doing this shit straight up in the media. This is what this guy said yesterday, man. He talking about the Dillian White. He said, well, not that I'm trying to pass the buck or anything, but what's going on, B&B Boxing? Not that I'm trying to, to pass the buck or anything, but I've been asking Dillian White, when are we going to let me know something? When are they going to, is anything going to come out? Is anything going to come out? Right? So first he's like, I keep asking Dillian when the B sample is going to come out, but I'm completely helpless. So I'm not, I'm not passing the buck, but let me hand him the buck. Right? Then he goes on to say this, which was so crazy to me, that maybe by having Dillian White fight, that will push UCAD to doing something about it. Really? You're going to put on the fight a guy on your card who you've already one time knowingly let fight after he tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs. You already let him fight one time because they said it was okay, right? Now you're going to do it again. So you're going to do it again to push them to make a decision about a fight that already happened? No, dude, you're just letting them fight and collecting the money. That's what you're doing. You're like, dude, he's mind-boggling to me, dude. I am going to be a stand-up guy and I am pushing for sanction for UCAD to solve their performance-enhancing drug administration problems by letting a PED user fight on my card. That's like saying, the police aren't policing my neighborhood well enough. I don't see them driving cars and around my neighborhood protecting me. So in order to help them fix the problem, I'm going to break into my neighbor's house and steal all their shit. And the reason I'm stealing all their shit isn't because by stealing all their shit, I get benefit from it. It's because it's to let the police know that they need to do something about people breaking into people's houses in my neighborhood. Fuck sense does that make, Eddie? But they just say it right in the media. Boop, not a word back from them. Not a word. Just go ahead, Eddie. Tell me something else, Eddie. Tell me some other shit that you like. Dog, please. Buddy Lee Sr., man, what's good? That boy said Wilder should have signed with the zone deal and knocked AJ out to be in the position Ruiz is. Severe mismanagement Who is controlling Wilder's career? Do not block that idiot. Dog, seriously, if you thought about what the fuck you said, first of all, if Deontay Wilder had signed with DAZN, he wouldn't be fighting Anthony Joshua because Andy Ruiz is where Andy Ruiz is. The fuck are you talking about? And if there's some mismanagement, see, there's a big leap between mismanagement, right? Mismanagement and you disagreeing with a decision. Okay? For example, Deontay Wilder just got $20 million to fight Luis Ortiz on a Fox pay-per-view. Last year, Forbes said that he was the second, or was he the second or the third highest paid boxer in all of boxing. That is some fucking excellent mismanagement. Okay? Excellent mismanagement. 99.9% of boxers would have loved if they were mismanaged to the extent that Deontay Wilder was mismanaged. Okay? Just last year, you bozos were talking about how Deontay Wilder's never earned more than $2 million in a fight. As if, and I always got to do this. 78 does it. Other people do it. I'm going to make sure that I do it and point out that your ass does not have $2 million. Okay? So when you say $2 million, okay, think that's a shitload of money. $2 million? If your ass woke up with $50,000 extra in your bank account, you'd be like, what the fuck? Oh, man, I hit the lottery. Do you realize $2 million is like a decent hit on the lottery? Okay? Fuck out of here. $2 million is a lot of money. $20 million for 6 rounds, knocking somebody's ass out, and you're going to get more next time? Oh, yeah, they talk about the pay-per-views. They're not even out. And who cares? His money was guaranteed. So what? And guess what? Fox has already made their money because Fox has commercials on the fight that re-aired. Fox also has commercials on the 2 million people that watched all the over 5 million views that they got in the lead-up materials. What the fuck do you care about what this pay-per-view is anyway? What do you care? I mean, for real. I hate to do it. This is like Blood Boxing saying this shit. I said this on a video just the other day. Look, man, the only reason I care about pay-per-view buys is to rub it in you fuckers' faces. Okay? Because you constantly trying to tell somebody that they're a failure. You find every conceivable way to make an argument that Deontay Wilder, he said, these dudes do backflips on 500. I mean, what are you talking about? The dude is going to the Hall of Fame. What the fuck are you talking about? I mean, for real. And AJ got his ass knocked out. What are you talking about? Mismanagement? Mismanagement put AJ in the ring with Andy Ruiz as a last-minute replacement because he didn't know who Andy Ruiz was. Or you tried this corniness. You tried to circle jerk. You let the wrong motherfucker in a circle jerk. That's what the fuck happened. Let me explain that after I get to CRB. I caught Dillian in a lie in an interview. He admitted his first time on a plane was 2 years ago. So how he moved from Jamaica to the UK? Damn, good point. A boat, maybe. Maybe a motherfucker was, was a fucking stowaway or some shit. Him and his came over on a boat. I don't know. But look, man, this is what I'm saying, dog. They try to do this shit where all these fighters fight each other, right? Anthony Joshua fights Carl Takam. Carl Takam fights Derek Chisora. The fuck? It's like some shit is just moving. That was crazy. Sorry. My shit's just like it's like the phone over there or something is vibrating. Yeah, that's crazy. So look, man. So like they have these guys all fight each other, right? So I think they just was like, well, who we're gonna have fight? We'll make a fake offer to Luis Ortiz. We'll make a fake offer to Luis Ortiz. Because if Luis Ortiz would have taken that $7 million, they wouldn't have fought his ass. That's my belief. Because AJ is going to get knocked out by Luis Ortiz. But whatever. I can't prove that. Right? Can't prove that. Anthony Joshua fights, does a step-up fight at last minute from Jarrell Big Baby Miller to Andy Ruiz. God dang, man. All my electricity is just going fucking berserk today. And these motherfuckers better come explain to me this lie this broad told. Man, I hate lazy motherfuckers, man. You know how motherfuckers be like, my hands are tied. Really? Your hands are tied? Give me the rule book. Man, I read this shit related to my, man. So you're telling me the rule is what? You can't do what? Really? Okay, here. This is the rule that I found. Can you tell me where in this motherfucker it says you can't do what the fuck I said? Why the fuck this don't work? Some shit related to my son, dog. Some shit I'm pissed off because it's related to my son. Like this fucking teacher trying to say some shit like, oh, your son can't do something because a grade was certain way 3 weeks in to a 6-week period. I was like, hold on, man. You're telling me, but dude, it's just that he missed some homework. All he's got to do is turn his homework in and the grades, that's not a final grade. Oh, my hands are tied. So I went and read the rules, was sent the note back to him and said, hold on, this doesn't say anything about him not being able to participate because of a report in the middle of the semester. It says if he failed at the end, he would be ineligible for 3 weeks. The fuck are you talking about? Number one, he's not even ineligible at all, even if he did fail a test, but he didn't fail a class. He just had a low grade 3 weeks into the semester because he didn't do some homework. The fuck are you doing? That's what I'm telling you, man. You can't be trusting these motherfuckers, man. You got to read shit, okay? So that's what I was waiting for these motherfuckers to respond to me and why I'm so anxious. Because I'm like, and I was polite about it. I was like, I'm confused. I looked at the rules that you have on your page and it says that this. Can you tell me what rule you're referring to so I can explain to my son? Because as of right now, I can't explain it to him because I like to show the rule that he violated. You violated this rule? What rule did he violate? I can't tell him he violated the rule and he fucked up if he didn't. Now I got to tell him, I would have to tell him, you're getting punished for not fucking up. Maybe some administrative laziness going on in this bitch or something. Anyway, that's why you got to read the shit. Fanon, do you think Dubois will do with the top heavyweights by the time he's ready? I think he'll do very well. He need to stay the fuck away. I'll tell you what, he'll do well as long as Frank Warren does not do what Eddie Hearn did. Okay? Hey, man, Messiah, man, thanks for joining the chat. Hey, man, we're going to make the whole chat green, dog. We're going to get green dots all over the place. Thank you, sir. Look, man, as long as he'll be cool as long as he does not do what Eddie Hearn did and rush Daniel Dubois. Because Anthony Joshua was rushed. Like, all right, all BS aside, okay? And AJ dudes, just shut the fuck up and listen, okay? I know this is hard for you to get your head around, but 16 fights is only 16 fights. 16 fights is only 16 fights. I don't care who you fought, okay? It's only 16 times for something to go wrong. If you fight 32 fights, that's twice as many fights as there was something for something to go wrong, right? For something to go wrong. And for you to have to overcome something that went wrong. So you guys want to talk about how fast, like it was a great thing for AJ to be moved along so quickly. But it might not have been. Because, say, for example, the first time he ever experienced being excessively nervous in a fight was Andy Ruiz, right? Just say for whatever reason, the very first time that he ever dealt with feeling any anxiety or going overseas. Let's use that. The first time he ever dealt with going overseas was against Andy Ruiz, a world-class fighter. If he had been gone, if he had went overseas and had a minor panic attack against somebody like Malcolm Tan, he still would have knocked out Malcolm Tan, right? And you'll be like, damn, I knocked out Malcolm Tan, but man, I was really nervous. Shit, I'm glad I wasn't fighting nobody major when I experienced this for the first time. But the first time he had the bubble guts and had to sleep outside his mama's house for a professional fight and went into an arena where not everybody loved him was against Andy Ruiz. Much love. Hey, man, thank you, Romero Harris. Damn. Romero Harris. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name. Much welcome to the membership, man. That was the first time he ever did it. So what I'm saying with Daniel Dubois is, as long as they don't do that, you can rush people along too quickly. For example, Vasily Lomachenko, although they've been trying to resurrect and get erase Orlando Salido, there's a good chance if they had waited 5-6 more fights for him to fight Orlando Salido, that he might have beat Orlando Salido straight out. Because the first time he'd ever dealt with a big pressure fighter who was fighting like him, he might not have been as good as Orlando Salido. But because they rushed him, he lost. Got his ass whooped. Didn't know how to deal with it and then lost. Right? There is definitely value to having a lot of fights. You know? I was watching a fight with which one is it? Let me go back to this because I actually have it in my. Gotta do it here. Man, where is it? It was a fight with Deontay Wilder. Oh, and Gray. This guy, he fought Gray. It was his second fight, right? Against a guy that wasn't a good fighter. Deontay Wilder's second professional fight. Wasn't a good fighter, no doubt about it. Was not a world-class fighter at all. It's one of these bums that people say that Deontay Wilder killed. And he did. He knocked the shit out that dude. But what I saw was that he actually was doing things that you see him do in later fights. This guy was kind of wild. He threw a right. He threw this big left hook. Deontay Wilder ducked up underneath his left hook, came back with a right of his own and knocked the guy out. It was the same combination that he did knock out Arthur Spilka many fights later. So it was experience that Deontay Wilder has gotten fighting guys that really could not beat him, that put him in a situation to be able to react when he got in there with better class guys. And that's how you do it. You're supposed to do it like that. You guys act as if bringing along a fighter and seasoning and developing a fighter is a bad thing. Like, oh, look, man, he had 40 fights and AJ did it all in 16. Yeah, but where is he in 23? He's one fight away from being ruined. Straight up. He's one fight away from being ruined. Against Andy Ruiz. He's already lost to Andy Ruiz. He knows Andy Ruiz can knock him out. Knows it. Because he's experienced it. Knows that is a distinct possibility. And he's coming off of an L. You talking about mismanagement. Why are they putting him back in there with him? Like, you guys talking about mismanagement. Damn, that ain't mismanagement. What the fuck are you putting him back in there for? If he gets his ass laid out and beat up, he's done. He's done. You don't do that. You're not supposed to do that. If you're trying to develop a fighter and have them have a long career. They just threw his ass out there. They threw him to the fucking wolves in the middle of the fucking desert. Okay? They threw him out into the wolves what's in the fucking desert? Fucking shadow cats or some shit? Whatever. They threw his ass out into the fucking desert in the fucking pack of fucking wolves, whatever the fuck animals, predators there are out in the desert. No, that shit doesn't make. Did you talk about Deontay Wilder having mismanagement? Deontay Wilder's management have gotten him through 40 fights, 11 years as a player. Yeah, hyenas, thank you. 11 years as a pro, 10 successful title defenses, right? They've taken him from fighting literally where you can watch this fight when he fought this guy Gray, and there's only like 10 or 11 chairs. There's like the wall, 10, no, maybe 9 or 10 rows, then the ring, right? The wall, 10 rows, and then the ring. Okay, that's it. That was all the motherfuckers that are in there. Deontay Wilder got to practice a professional fight in that environment. But they've taken him all the way to where he is now. And by the way, even with Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder already had a pay-per-view. That's something I think people miss about what I think happened with Deontay. I believe happened with Deontay Wilder in the fight with Tyson Fury. He was super anxious. Super anxious. He had been fighting all this time to get on pay-per-view. He knew if the pay-per-view did well, then that was going to set him up for this Anthony Joshua fight that he's trying to get. He's betting on himself. And I think in that fight with Tyson Fury, he was very, very nervous. He was nervous. That was actually the guy in that fight who had already been in a big fight was Tyson Fury. Because although Tyson Fury ain't done shit since then, Tyson Fury was in the ring with Klitschko in a big fight that mattered. That's something that Deontay Wilder had not experienced on a pay-per-view level. That was the first time he did that. But now that he has that experience, the second pay-per-view, what did he do? You could see the whole time up to that fight. He was much more relaxed. He was much more in his element. He wasn't, he didn't have the mask on at the press conference and doing all that. He was like, yeah, man, and he was relaxed. He went into the ring. He wasn't rushing it, throwing a bunch of bombs, trying to take the dude's head off, giving him a bunch of punches that he could slip. He just took his time. Boom, one hitter quitter. That's because he was brought along through a series of experiences. And as a result of going through all those experiences, he was ready for the moment. I'm not sure how you guys can say you believe that Anthony Joshua was managed correctly because of what? Because of how much money Eddie Hearn made off of him and how quickly he made the money off of him? If what Black Fight Fan TV says is right, if what 78 Sports TV says is right, if what all these people who said won in this video says is right, AJ is done. And there's a distinct look on AJ's face that he might be done anyway. He might not want to fight anyway. Because also, he was given a ton of shit that he didn't really have to work particularly hard to get. He was the accolade. He got all of these accolades. He's the top of the world. He's got people writing books about him and doing this. And he only has 17 fights. He might think, dude, man, this is just a lot of shit on my shoulders. It's a lot of pressure on my shoulders. Deontay Wilder, on the other hand, has been fighting for 10 years, and just now getting that. He's beating people trying to work himself and get himself to the point where he's the man in boxing, man in the heavyweight division. And when he got to the point of being the man in the heavyweight division, you guys try to steal it from him. So he has to do even more. Greg Davian in that super chat, man. He has to do even more to try to get that. So, I mean, I challenge this notion that somehow Anthony Joshua is mismanaged, is managed great, and Deontay Wilder was mismanaged. Deontay Wilder is going to make it to 2020 as the WBC, as a reigning heavyweight champion. He's going to make it. Right? He's going to make it, as provided nothing happens in his personal life, but nothing as a result of something that's going to happen in the ring is going to keep him from being a champion in 2020. He moves on. He plays on to February. Does AJ? AJ has to get back in the game. He has to get back in the game. He was done at 22-0. That's damn near half. That's just a little bit more than half of the fights Deontay Wilder has had. And guess what? Neither one of them have missed a meal or slept on the street, not one day. Think about it from that perspective too. neither AJ nor Deontay Wilder has slept on the street, not been able to pay their rent the whole time. Deontay Wilder has been a wealthy man for at least 5 years. He's been a millionaire for at least 5 years. He's had at least 5 years, at least 10 fights. The guy just made $40 million last year, according to, what was it, 15 or 40? Can't remember what it was. It was a shitload of money last year, and he made a shitload of money this year. So, and he's going to retire not having to worry about a thing financially, providing he's taking care of his money. Right? If he retired tomorrow, he's a Hall of Famer, and he can walk out of the ring with pride. Tomorrow. AJ, at the best, AJ might wind up being the biggest flop, one of the biggest flops in heavyweight history. Deontay Wilder, that cannot be said of Deontay Wilder. And none of you bookworms help the problem at all. None of your let's compare the records of the fighters that Anthony Joshua beat versus the record of the Deontay Wilder beat. None of that shit's going to matter, dude, because the fact of the matter is Deontay Wilder beat all of the people that he beat. There was none of those guys beat him. So what are you proving by pointing out that AJ beat better people than Deontay Wilder beat? You're making an assumption that means, number one, that AJ would beat everybody Deontay Wilder beat. And that is a wild fucking assumption, seeing as Luis Ortiz is on his record twice. And you're making the assumption that for some reason, some crazy assumption that Deontay Wilder beat some fucking body, that AJ beat somebody that Deontay Wilder couldn't have beat. Why would you say that? Now, I can argue, make a better argument, that I know somebody as of right now that AJ. Hey, Top Cats, dog, that shit was late, dog. Legendary Top Cats, that shit was legendary. I had to leave and go hang out with my wife, dog. I was like, let me go holler at my wife. I was in there learning. Y'all need to check out Legendary Top Cats. Subscribe to Legendary Top Cats with that. Yeah, that the freaking dinky going, dog. That shit. Hey, that man got a mouthpiece too. So yeah, man, I just pretty much don't want to hear none of that shit y'all talking about, dog. Okay. AJ wanted no smoke with Ortiz when he was on Matchroom. No, yeah, he got brought to Matchroom to avoid him. But see, you did all that shit to avoid AJ and ran into Andy Ruiz. You got talked into Andy Ruiz too, by the way. Because Eddie Hearn got his ear. Eddie Hearn got his ear out there. You know we saying that dude ain't fight nobody. Alexander Povetkin, a drug cheat that you cleaned up. Okay, you out there got an ex-crackhead, ex-juicehead out there. Alexander Povetkin, a 50-year-old ex-juicehead, Alexander Povetkin. Ain't nobody believing that, dog. Ain't nobody believing that. But you come over to the U.S. and you're gonna fight Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Jarrell Big Baby Pops Dirty for everything, and you can't have just nobody on the channel. You can't just get anybody, just nobody, to have them come watch, right? You picked a Mexican. That's what you did. Well, let's be smart. Let's get a Mexican. There's some Mexican heavyweights around. You know those guys. You know how the Mexicans do. Mexican style. They're just going to run in there with their head first, with their eyes closed. They're going to run in head first with their eyes closed, swinging punches like this. And AJ just knock him out. He's short and fat. Oh, yeah. Oh, him? He's short and fat. He ain't even got a six-pack. Man, come on, man. Look at him biceps. That shit don't right. Nah, easy money. And who beat him? Oh, Joseph Parker beat him. Oh, Joseph Parker can beat him. Oh, you know. AJ will knock him out. He will destroy him. Wrong. Ran your ass right into a Mexican and got your ass whooped. And now you're going back again for it. Why? because of the aspirations of Eddie Hearn taking over America. Remember when AJ was remember when Eddie Hearn was trying to take over America? He ran his ass all the way over to Saudi Arabia. Well, oh shit, this US shit ain't going right. We're gonna go to Saudi Arabia. You know, hey man, pitch up tents. Let's get the fuck out of here. Head over to Saudi Arabia. We're going to have more massive events in Saudi Arabia. They like slave labor over here, so fuck it. We'll be okay. Yeah, he struggled with Parker. He got wobbled by a shot to the arm by Parker. By the way, Tyson Fury also got dented by Deontay Wilder. For you Tyson Fury fans, he also got dented. Just like Luis Ortiz got dented. Okay? You know, when you buy a used car, you know when you get in the United States, when you buy a used car, they have something called a Carfax. You know, Carfax report, been in a major collision. Like, hey, what's wrong with this? Oh, this is a nice Cadillac. Ooh, this shit's nice. A nice Cadillac. Has it been in any accidents? Oh, yeah, we had to rebuild the engine. This is a rebuilt engine. We had to replace the axles. Why? Because it was run over by a truck. So, yeah, you know, it's got 160,000 miles on it. You know, you might be careful because, you know, we don't know when or not the fucking steering wheel, when the power steering is going to go out, right? Because after you were in an accident, you're no longer new. That's why the prices of cars drop. The value of a car drops the second you drive it off because it's no longer new. When you get your head rattled, it ain't ever going to be the same, dog. It's like the power steering on a car. Once some shit burns out and you got to be replacing shit, you're gonna have to replace this, then you replace that, you replace this, you replace that. The car's not new. Your brain ain't new. You are more susceptible to getting your ass laid the fuck out, which is why the first time, and see, he got dented one time when he got knocked down the first time in the fight with Deontay Wilder. Then when he got hit again, he went down even worse. See the severity of the knockdown? The first time he got knocked down, he got up. Tyson Fury got up. Oh, looked up real quick. Oh, all right. Yeah. Let's get back to it. The second time, boom. What's going to happen the third time? The third time he gets knocked down. And he might get up just a little bit slower. What about the fourth time? What about the fourth time? He might not ever fight again. That motherfucker might not fight again because his brain keeps getting rattled. And you saw what happened when he got hit with by Otto Wallin in the 12th round. He got wobbled with a shot by Otto Wallin in that left hook in the 12th round, wobbled him. Okay? So that shit, don't act like that dude ain't got dented. He's been dented. And then when you saw that, you saw it with Luis Ortiz. I saw Luis Ortiz take a right hand the first time, flush. The same punch that Deontay Wilder knocked out Luis Ortiz with, he hit him with that punch in the first fight. And he took it. Like, his head went back, but he took it. Then the second time he hit him with it, he didn't take it, but he got up. The next time he hit it, his ass was drooling. Strings of drool. I'm just that I'm tired. Yeah. What happened the next time? Boom. He forced to try to keep his eyes open. Oh, stop. Hey, because if he gets hit like that shit again, his eyes might not get back open because you cannot continue to dent something. You can't. That's the same brain that rattled. Tyson Fury, that's why he ain't fought nobody. That's why he didn't fight anybody. He didn't fight anybody so his brains wouldn't get rattled again. That's why he didn't fight any major competition. So nobody could hit his head. We need to have him up in there against somebody that cannot damage his brain any more than that shit's already been damaged. And they never put him in there with any fucking body. Right? Why do you think he's fighting Tom Schwartz and Otto Wallin? And he's not fighting tough fighters, guys that have punches, guys that have the ability to, the guy like an Ortiz, right? Somebody can catch him, but he got wobbled in the 12th round. When he got hit and he was like, yeah, dude, your shit been spun. And your shit ain't never going to recover, dude. Okay? Your shit ain't going to recover. Straight up. You better throw, exactly, they're going to throw that damn towel in, especially if Deontay Wilder's patient and he's like, no, I'm not really going to let anything go unless I can hit you on that dome. But I'm going to hit you in that dome. 4 shots to that head, Tyson Fury is dead. Okay? I know that. I truly believe that. 4 good shots, and he's done for a career. Not just during that fight. He's done for a career. 4 more major dents to that dome. Oh, no. You can surgically repair a knee. You can rest that shit up. Dog, it ain't never the same. It ain't never, ever, ever the same. Your shit gonna swell up easier. Your brain got to be the same way, too. When it loosen that shit up, it ain't never tighten that shit all the way back, homie. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. But look, man, I'm going to roll up out of here, man. It's 12:26. Much love to everybody, man. Make sure y'all go to KQKC Boxing coming up next. Unless anybody got a last question or something. Man, I appreciate y'all joining the channel, man. Thank you guys so much for joining the channel. I think Wilder is going to be finding that right hand a lot in the rematch. Yeah, because he's going to set it up with the body. Set it up with the body. And Tyson Fury, man, throwing him. But Tyson Fury is a good fighter, though. Tyson Fury is because he's so fucking big. He's very, very big dude. That's something you can say for him. He's very, very, very big. And he does have good head movement, but that body ain't going anywhere. You know? The WWE is Fury's exit strategy from boxing. Yeah, pretty much. Yes, sir, Vlad's dad. We'll talk, man. Anyway, it is what it is. Much love to everybody in the super chat. Thank you for all the new members that joined today. Appreciate you, man. Y'all consider joining the channel. It'll be greatly appreciated. And you know we do it every day, so you're definitely going to get it. You're definitely going to get your worth. See you on OG Boxing Talk coming up this Sunday. Oh, I'll be back tomorrow. What the fuck? I'm acting like this fucking week is over or some shit. It's only Wednesday. Anyway, it is what it is. With that, we out. Peace.